standing as we take the opening prayer from Dr. Opeyemi Alebioshu, FCA.
Shall we pray? Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the grace you have given us to be part of this induction ceremony. Thank you for all our inductees. Thank you for the great institutes. Thank you for their friends and loved ones. Accept our thanks and praises in Jesus' name. Amen. Dear Heavenly Father, we commit today's activities into your hands. We ask that you take preeminence and allow your name alone to be glorified. For in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much. Shall we be seated? On the permission of the President of the Institute of Federal Government of Nigeria, welcome everybody to the 70th edition of the induction ceremony of HICA. It's a 2-day program, and today being the day 1. You are all welcome to this program. Now it's time to introduce our leaders. The first on my list is our able president, Malam Tijani Musa Isa, FCA MIOD. If you are clapping, clap please. Ably represented by the first Deputy Vice President, Chief Davidson CS, Alaribi, FCA. I also have here in the house the Honorary Treasurer, who is also the Chairman of Induction Subcommittee, Mr. Oluwatobi Ayodele Abiola, FCA. I have the council members of our great institute here. And in no particular order, I have the pleasure to introduce to you those who are here present. Put your hands together as I make known to you Mrs. Hilda O. Also, FCA. Also available here, Mr. Matthias J. Daffo, FCA. Let us celebrate Chief Ezekiel Anaga, FCA. Mr. Oladele Nureni Oladipo, FCA. I also have a council member here who is also a resource person today. Join me as I introduce Dr. Oluseyi Oladimeji Olanrewaju, FCA. I also have the pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Augustine Obiawire, FCA. As other council member comes in, will also make them known to you. I also have the pleasure to introduce to you the Registrar Chief Executive of our great institute, in person of Professor Ahmed Modu Kumshi, FCA, ably represented by the Deputy Director, the Deputy Registrar of Corporate Services, Mr. Mukaila Lawal, FCA. Welcome, sir. I also have here the Deputy Director of Membership Affairs, Mr. Shehu Badamosi, FCA. Also on my list, I have Mr. Ayo Abusogo, the Deputy Director of HR and Admin. You are most welcome, sis. We want to congratulate and celebrate all the induction subcommittee members who are here. Wherever you are, can you please be upstanding so we can celebrate you? All induction subcommittee members, please put your hands together for these people. They have put together this program to have a beautiful outing for your induction. Ably led by the honorary treasurer himself, Mr. Tobi Abiola FCA. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, while the introduction is ongoing, we have our past president for 2020-2021 presidential year walked into our midst. Join me as I celebrate Dave Onomejo Adewi FCA.
We'll induct you in this slogan very soon.
They will get to know, don't worry, they will get to know. And I even observed one thing, when we called Madam, the shout was more. And I'm sure it's coming from the ladies in particular.
Cannot be learned.
You are most welcome. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. Without much ado, we'll quickly go to the opening remark. Join me as I bring forward the chairman of the induction subcommittee in the person of Mr. Tobi Abiola FCA as he gives the opening remark.
The President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Malam Tijani Musa Isa FCA, the highly revered past president, we call her the People's President, Dame Onomejo Adewi FCA, the first Deputy Vice President, the Chief Storyteller himself, Chief Davidson Alaribe FCA, council members on the high table, well seated, the Registrar Chief Executive Officer, ICANN, Professor Ahmed Modukumshe FCA, represented by the DRCS Corporate Services, Mr. Mukaila Lawal, all the staff of ICANN, distinguished members of the induction subcommittee, you are not yet my professional colleague, so I can call you one. Okay, my potential professional colleagues. A round of applause for yourself. I remember when I was a student like you, and I was one day inductees. These people get mouths. Anyway, if you have written the ICANN professional exams and you have been lucky to today's strategic financial management, a round of applause for you. you are saying thank God. When I'm talking to my junior colleagues in the office who are once like you, who are writing exams, and they are telling me, Mr. Abiola, I've read the pack to back. SFL, I read it from the beginning to the end. I said, have you read the preface to the SFL? Because ICANN is a very beautiful exams. That those days of the mathematical check they call him Babi Magabe. But all of you are be able to succeed and become a potential member of this great institute. A round of applause for yourself once again. It really gives me joy to see all of you here seated today. I know it's not been easy. I know you have toiled. I know you have done your best, and your best was enough by ICANN standards, and that's why you are here. Many people wish to be here today. They are not here because they have one or two papers to still write. I thank God for you. I thank God for your lives. I thank God for the lives of your parents and your sponsors. I thank God you have succeeded. I thank God that you will continue to succeed. And I know that one day I can be greater with you. It's not been easy. I want to thank most especially the Council of the Structural Accountants of Nigeria for giving me the opportunity to head this committee to provide logistics to have you here. Also, I want to thank my committee members for a brilliant job. Before we used to have meetings every quarter, but now it's Zoom. And with our first meeting, we're able to deliver this. A round of applause for you, gentlemen. Also, I want to thank our guest speaker. For your information, you ladies emulate her. She was a former executive director of Fidelity Bank PLC. She has seen it all. She's now an entrepreneur, providing employment for young men and women. She's a businessman by excellence, especially a woman by excellence, and a very, 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 very highly intelligent and organized woman. A round of applause for her. When the chairman of this committee told me that, Toby, who do we use as the chairman of the organization? I said, it fits the day. The only day in ICANN, Dame Honorable Troy at the UFCA. And when I was looking at the guest, the person who speak, I looked around. I saw a young man like you. Maybe he's even younger than all of you here. He's the younger generation of the ICANN Council, the future of ICANN. He's no other person. They call him Mass Attack. Dr. Seyi Olaniwaju UFCA. Well, it's going to be a beautiful program. I don't want to talk much than to say, please enjoy the moment. God bless you. Can you please put your hands together for the chairman of the induction subcommittee? You can do better. You can do better. You can do better. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate your talk. Thank you so much. The chairman almost took us back to while we were in class and trying to make us to remember those naughty courses that we actually passed through. But indeed, we survived, and that's why you are here today. Please celebrate yourself, celebrate yourself, celebrate yourself.
This edition of our induction, which is the 70th edition, is witnessing the largest induction so ever in Haikan. Can you please put your hands together? We are inducting a total of 1,671 inductees. Can you please put your hands together? You are part of the history, and that's why you should celebrate yourself. Thank you so much. Well done. Now, let me not also forget myself. I will introduce the Haikan leadership and the resource persons here today. At least, let's get to know who are those I'm calling this program. I remain Tosin Akimumi, FCA. You can call me Genius if you meet me outside there. And together with me is my lovely colleague, Fumi Olani, FCA. Please put your hands together for us. And we shall be handling this program together for your entertainment. Fumi, let me hear from you.
So good morning again, everyone, and thank you for being here. It's good to see beautiful faces here today. And I want to acknowledge the presence of everyone on the eye table. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, sirs. So while the introduction was going on, we had one of our council members walk in person of Lucy Eire Egono. Thank you so much, ma. And we say up Swan. They don't know. Up Swan, you say up I can. Up Swan.
Let them wait till tomorrow. Let them wait till tomorrow.
Really?
By tomorrow, they will be here. Let them wait till tomorrow.
And the social money says, let them know today. So tomorrow is not too far from today. Yes, earlier someone misplaced his membership card, and I have a second membership card here that I want to auction this morning. So this belongs to Otonui Peace Oluebube. Otonui Peace Oluebube. I will auction it if you don't come recognize yourself very soon. Thank you.
Okay, also we have a council member who will also join us now. Please celebrate with me. Mrs. Onjio Kuma Oyemina of FCA. Put your hands together for her, please. Thank you so much, madam. You are most welcome. Now, today being the day one of the induction program is majorly for seminars and workshops for us to learn. And we actually have brought in capable hands, just like the other general mentioned, so that you can actually learn and learn well from them. Now we're going into the first session of the paper presentation. But before then, we need to hear from the Registrar Chief Executive on the paper titled Accountancy, a Disciplined Profession. Accountancy, a Disciplined Profession. Please join me as I bring forward the person representing the Registrar Chief Executive in our midst, and that is Mr. Mukaila Lawal, FCA, the Deputy Registrar Corporate Service, as he presents the paper. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Are you happy? If you're happy, let me know the inductees. Are you happy to be here this morning?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any reason not to be happy. Are we looking at so many stress? The lantern you burnt, the candles, it is worth celebrating, and we must celebrate. As it has been said, the first paper is going to be that of accountancy, a disciplined profession, by the Registrar Chief Executive, Professor Ahmed M. Kunche. He will be here tomorrow. He has another assignment that he could not assign, and therefore directed that I should be here to present this paper. Before I continue, let me quickly recognize in absentia the 58th President of ICA Malam Tijani Musa, BSc, MIOD, FCA. Also in absentia, I want to recognize the special guest of honor, our own referred past president, Alhaji Kabiru Mohammed, We are going to see tomorrow. Also in absentia, I'm believing he has joined us online, is the Vice President of the Institute of ICANN, Dr. Innocent Okosa, FCA. With us here is the first Deputy Vice President of ICANN, Chief DCS Alaribi, FCA. We also, in absentia, want to recognize the second Deputy Vice President and Chairman of the Membership Affairs Committee, Madam Arunon Jaya, MNI, BSc, MBA, FCA. And we also want to recognize our 2020-21 past president, Dame Onome Joy Adewuyi, who is here to support us and to be part of the paper 2 as chairman of the session. We thank you, ma'am. Also, I want to recognize the main man, the induction subcommittee chairman, Mr. Tobi Abiola, FCA, who is also the honorary treasurer of our great institute. I have many of my council members here that I will not be able to mention because of time, but I do recognize you all. I also want to say thank you to the professional colleagues that are here, the subcommittee members that made this induction to be a reality. And to you, my distinguished inductees, I want to say good morning once again. You know it's going to be difficult for me to call you colleagues now. I will be sanctioned. But I know that tomorrow you are going to be part of us here in the mighty name of Jesus. I'm going to be talking on issue ICANN. You have been hearing ICANN, but I'm sure you don't know much about it. We are going to talk about the structure of the institute. We'll be talking about ethics and discipline. There are fundamental principles. We looked at ICANN professional discipline and the other aspect of the profession before I conclude. As I've said, it has not been easy to be here this morning. One of the previous speakers said that you are lucky because there are some persons that will have been here this moment, but it is not your time. Tell one another, this is my time. And you will enjoy it. You have made the right decision to choose accounting as a career. Let me remind us, have we ever heard that God is an accountant? Yes. So you resemble your papa, and that is the way to go. You will not fail in the mighty name of Jesus. I will be going quickly to the historical development of the institute. I want to believe that what we call Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria today used to be Association of Accountants in Nigeria. That was in 1960 when it was incorporated for the Nigerians that were abroad, and that was done before independence in 1960. It was an association then, and it is called Association of Accountants in Nigeria. The association had pioneering statutory rights. It was to set standard and regulate the practice of accounting in Nigeria, and we still have that till this moment. As I said, the ICANN was established by Act of Parliament 15 of 1965, basically to set standard and scale to be attained by persons seeking to become members of the accountancy profession in Nigeria. Congratulations to you all, because you've met that condition, and that is why you are here. We have founding members. ICANN is a founding members of some international companies, professional bodies. And when we are talking about international professional bodies, we are talking about IFAC, which is International Federation of Accountants. We are talking about PAFA, which is Federation of Accountants, PAFA. We are also talking about International Accountancy Body in West Africa and Chartered Accountant Worldwide. By the time you are pronounced a Chartered Accountant tomorrow, you are automatically members of these PAOs. Congratulations once again. And you agree with me that that we have done to be members of this international body is in agreement, is in line with the vision of the Institute to be a leading global professional body. That is why we need to be part members of these international bodies so that you are recognized as a member of the Institute. Also, in line with the mission of the Institute, to produce world-class chartered accountants, regulate and continually enhance the ethical standard and technical competence in public interest. By this time tomorrow, we'll be having chartered accountants numbering 58,150 by tomorrow. Please clap for yourself. Having seen yourself to be member, be part of this 58,150. Before tomorrow's induction, we currently have 56,464. And there's something important here that is very critical. It is the reciprocity arrangement. Because we are aware of some challenges, your institute decided to enter into a reciprocity agreement with Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales. They also have with CIMA. We also have with CIFA. And as we speak, for this induction, this reciprocity agreement is being considered or taken or benefit by 28 members that will be members of the Institute through this reciprocity arrangement. And what is it about? If you want to, you get your ICANN today and you want to become member of ACAW or CIPA or CIMA, there are certain things you need to do. Maybe you need to write one paper or you need to go into training. What we did with for these ICAW people that will become chartered accountant tomorrow is that we train them and they also write some exam on experience. They told us that for anybody, they told us that for anyone to become ICAW, they will test him on experience, knowledge experience. How well are you fast in this profession? So we are going to be examined. We also carry out training, and 28 of the lots that apply for this reciprocity will also become ACA tomorrow. I know they are all here, and I want them to please give themselves a round of applause. I've mentioned reciprocity. Also, your institute is doing mentoring. What is mentoring is that we are sponsoring some association to become members of these 4 PAOs that I've mentioned earlier. These organizations that I mentioned as IFAC, CWA, PAFA, ABWA. We are mentoring ONECA Cameroon. We are also mentoring ONECA Niger and also Liberia Institute of Chartered Public Accountants. All these people, after the mentoring, they will apply and also become members of these big PAOs that I've just mentioned. We are also having discussions on this reciprocity. We don't want to stop at the 3. I told you right now, you can become a member of ICAWA, CIMA, and CIFA, subject to some small conditions. They will ask you to write exam and also to do some tests. And not this case study of something, and when you look at the details, you'll be able to see whether you want to do it, but it is possible. We are discussing with SICA We are also discussing with Ghana Institute, CPA Canada, and AICPA on reciprocity. We want to make it easy for our members. I know there are many of us that are planning to Japan. So this will be easy for you, so that when you get there, you don't just go and do all this rubbish job. You are going to be skillful, and your value will be enhanced with this reciprocity arrangement. Please clap for your institute. I want to briefly move to the structure of the institute. We have governing council. As you can see, most of them are here. They are 30. We also have executive coordinating committee. I'm still going to the council, governing council. We also operate through standing committee. You know, the institute council cannot do it alone. It has to be through committees. And as a member of the institute, after some years of experience, you are eligible to apply and become a member of committee, so that you can work, also add value to your institute. You can pay back. We also have registrar, chief executive, and secretariat. So for the governing council, we have 30 members. 24 must be elected, while we have 6 that are nominated from the 6 geopolitical zones that represent the main sector and the interest of the whole membership. But these 24 persons that are employed, we have 13 that are members in practice and 11 that are not necessarily to be in practice. So there are 24 that are elected and 6 are nominated. So we also have ECC. ECC is the Executive Coordinating Committee. It is made up of the President, the Vice President, the First Deputy Vice President, the Second Deputy Vice President, and the immediate past President. What do they do? Where there are things of urgency and there is need for council to take decision, this committee will meet, all of them, their presidency, they will meet to take decisions on behalf of council, and it is expected that at the end of it all, the council will ratify the decision of ECC. I mentioned about standing committee. We have about 40 standing committees. I told you that council, the 30 people cannot see everything themselves. They have to walk through the standing committee. Like, as we have here, we have memberships of committee bringing this together for us to be here today. There's no way council will have been able to do that. So it is done through that committee. And once again, I want us to clap for that subcommittee. So I'm going to share this, my paper. I know you'll be able to see the list of the committees and be able to make up your mind how you intend to serve your institute. I told you about the registrar, chief executive. Registrar has 2 major functions: to ensure that it keeps registered for fellow associates and registered accountants. So after tomorrow, your names and other details will be kept by the registrar chief executive. He also assists council in day-to-day administration and management of the institute. He's the secretary to council, and he has to give them the administrative support. So the secretariat is made up of 2 major divisions. We have the corporate division and the technical division. We also have 9 directorates and 23 units. For the technical department, we have the deputy registrar, technical, who is in charge of technical issues, and I'm here, I am in charge of corporate issues, and we have directors and other lower cadres to support the registrar in executing his function. I want to talk about membership of the institute. As it is, you are associate members of the Institute by His grace tomorrow will be pronounced. Just because you have been able to pass the exam prescribed to give you that opportunity to be an associate. So it is also been proved that you are a fit person to be enrolled in the register. I'm sure you have gone through all those documentation. But after this level, you are eligible to become a fellow. Within 5 years of your associateship, you can become fellow, provided you are in practice and you have the practicing license. If you are in any audit firm but you do not have our license, you have to wait for 10 years. So, because it's been wrongly said that yes, 5 years when you are in audit, no, you need also to have license. And to have a license, you must really be a partner in an audit firm to have a license. And within 5 years, you can become a fellow. Other people who are not in this category, we have to wait for 10 years to become fellow of the institute. The third category is the registered accountants. As I said earlier, we have through the PAOs, you can become a registered, under the associate, if you come through PAOs route, you will become an associate because you have gone through exams, you have gone through training, and that is why you automatically become an associate of the institute. But there's third level that we describe as registered accountant. You are expected to be a member of PO outside Nigeria, recognized by IFAC, and you just need 3 years post-qualification experience. And you must also be in good standing with the foreign PAOs. Those people, they don't need to write any exam, they don't need to do any interview. So the qualification is just as I've mentioned. So those people will be registered accountants. They are not going to be associates until after 5 years or 3 years of their being a registered accountant. But the other set of people, they are automatically going to be an associate by tomorrow. Cocoa of the main discussion is on ethics. Because of my time, I'm aware that you have passed ethics as a subject for you to be here. Am I right? Yes. Therefore, the emphasis is to remind us, why are you in this profession? It is a distinguishing mark of accountancy profession. It's acceptance of responsibility to act in public interest. When we say you are acting in public interest, there are so many things to it. There are so many things to it to act in public interest. I'm going to dwell on that very soon. And I say that in acting in public interest, the professional accountant shall observe and comply with code of ethics of the profession. What are these codes? The code establishes the fundamental principle of professional ethics for professional accountants. It is conceptual framework that professional accountants shall apply. This includes the threat to compliance with the fundamental principle. We need to also evaluate the significance of the threats identified and apply safeguards. I will get into that soon. And the principle of fundamental principle of ethics, we are all aware. There are just 5. The integrity. Are you a man of integrity? It is very, very important to start to search our hearts. For you to be a man of integrity, you have to be a straightforward and honest person. Straightforward and honest in all the business relationship. You must be objective and independent. What is objectivity? It's very serious. How do you consider, how do you say I am objective? You must let your yes be yes, let your no be no. They will know you to be very hard, but at the end of the day, you are going to be followed. And that is important. It's not that very easy to be objective. But be an accountant, this is what we are taught. We must be objective at all times. So the next one is the professional competence and due care. You need to be competent, and that means you cannot say that ICANN is all you need to have. Yes, you are chartered, you have been trained, but you have to be on train and retrain from time to time. There's a program to this effect. You have to be trained, you have to train, you have to be on train and retrain all over every minute. We have faculty, we also have members mandatory continuous program where you are expected to upskill yourself and be a better chartered accountant. Confidentiality, how well are you able to keep secrets, even away from your wife, husband, from your mother, from your father, because issue of confidentiality is very critical, except where it is by compulsion. Maybe there's a legal issue, there's need, and you need to disclose such facts through because of the request in law. And professional behavior, the way we dress now, the way we speak, we are going to be judged. They believe we are now chartered accountant. You cannot wear some certain form of dress. You cannot do your hair in another form. People are looking at you, and God will help us. I want us to read through the threats of the principle. I've been told that my time is gone, but I have a very elaborate paper that I've sent you. I want us to go through it. We have the threat of the safeguards. What do we need to safeguard this threat? It's a serious issue. I want us to talk briefly about the professional discipline. We have investigating panel in the institute. It's just to put every one of us in control. If there's any allegation against you and it's reported to the institute, they will ask you to come to the investigating panel. We will look at what has happened and hope that we will not be able to establish a case. Where a case is established, that member will be taken to tribunal, and the tribunal of ICANN has the same power as Nigerian High Court. If a member is not satisfied with the judgment of the tribunal, we have to move to Court of Appeal and thereafter to Supreme Court. That will not be your portion in Jesus' name. The other aspect I want to run quickly is the district society. It is important. There is hardly nothing you can get from the institute if you do not belong to a district. We have 70 district society and 8 chapters all over Nigeria and outside Nigeria. It is important you belong to this. One of the conditions to be able to get anything through the institute is your membership of a district. I have the list of the districts, and you'll be able to see it when you review the papers. We also have district societies outside Nigeria. We have it in Cameroon, Canada, Malaysia, United Kingdom, and US. So, what is it for? Is to avail yourself with social activities and professional needs. So you need to continue to engage people, and the best person you can engage in this instance supposed to be your co-members within and outside the country. And we also serve, the district also serve as a liaison office to the locality. So anything they need as a district, they reference the office here. So each member is expected to belong to a district, and you can start to work from the district to be able to come to this end. Because for us to consider you for committee, you must have really worked at the district level. So one other thing that ICANN has put in place is specialization, and is called faculty. All of you, as you are seated, you belong to a faculty. If you don't know, it's automatic because part of the money you pay for induction is made up of a membership of faculty. We have been paid for one. You paid for one faculty, you can belong to 3. After this, your induction tomorrow, please go to your profile and go and choose which of these faculties you want to work with or you want to learn from. We have 7 faculties. We have the audit, investigation, and forensic accounting. We have corporate finance management. We have corporate reporting, information technology and consultancy. You have insolvency and corporate engineering. You have public finance management and taxation and fiscal policy. You should belong to at least one. The essence is to affiliate you with current development in these specialized areas. We have group people there that will help you out. There's a department, there's a directorate that is saddled with responsibility to ensure that members are equipped even after, because that is post-qualification training. You need to up your game, and to up your game is also to belong to this faculty. I will quickly talk about the Mandatory Continuing Professional Development, MCPD. Is also a program to also help us that we keep our skill up. We cannot say I'm a chartered accountant, I've passed my case study, I've passed my all the relevant papers, I'm going to sleep. You cannot sleep. Work just start now. You have just started though. You are just started though. So please let us be telling me it's up. So I want you to read through and go back to the website. All will be there for you to pick. We also have contact center. Most of us do complain that they are not able to reach the secretariat. I want to tell you today that we have contact centers. If you are not familiar with it, please check my paper. I have the FDEX center there. You call them, they should be able to answer you quickly. The members' profile is very, very critical. There's need for you to update from time to time. You need to see your website. There's nothing you need in the institute that you will not get on the website. Please let website be your friend. And if you have any complaint, address it to the registrar chief executive. It is important you update your portal, your profile from the portal on daily basis. See what is there and update it. I welcome you all once again to an exciting career. I implore you to take your induction as a challenge to set higher goals for yourself and to distinguish yourself in the local accounting profession. You have to do this by familiarizing yourself with the institute and grow through the MCPD and faculties. You have to abide by the code of ethics and the institute motto, integrity and accuracy. You have to add value to your immediate society and nation. This profession does it all in the public interest. Thank you for having me.